Rafe, thank you for being on IFILM.
Thank you.
White Countess, Shanghai, 1930s. What was the one aspect that just jumped off the page and made you say, you know what, I've got to just dive into this project?
It was a combination of things. I think that Shanghai in the 30s was an exotic, possibly decadent place, an extraordinary nightlife, an incredible mix of different nationalities.
Were you aware of all this before the White Countess came out?
A little bit. I was pretty ignorant, though, but I had a sense of what it was. I mean, I knew vaguely that it had been a kind of as a commercial colony, if you like.
Mm-hmm.
I love the character. I mean, often I respond to character. I love the journey of Todd Jackson, I play an American diplomat who's lost his family, lost his sight, and has had his ideals shattered, if you like.
Mm-hmm.
But in a funny way, has taken his ideals and sort of, in a rather inverse way, has focused them on this ideal of the perfect nightclub.
Right. And you personally, what is the perfect nightclub for you personally?
I haven't come across it yet.
What would it be?
Well, I've often thought that there should be an amazing kind of breakfast club, because you go to all these places where you dance, you sweat, you drink too much, and I thought it'd be great at like 3 in the morning to go somewhere where you can like have a shower, change. Maybe they'll supply you, if you're with a clean set of underwear or a fresh shirt or something. You can have a great breakfast. You can read a book, and it's very civilized. So there's a sort of decompression club. Maybe you still want to drink, you can have a drink, you still want to drink.
You party, man. Well, that sounds like a good thing, too. And also, getting back to the White Countess, Mr. Jackson liked to go for a soil sample. He liked to go out there and get into the dives and party. What do you think those bars were like in the 1930s? Because you've researched this, obviously.
There are many, many different bars and many, many different acts. Many different dancing styles, jazz musicians from all over the world. Different club artists would come and play in Shanghai. I guess there would be clubs that would be being close to bordellos, other clubs that are very sophisticated. They all had their personal touch of their owner, of their manager. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's someone who wants to get. He loves. I mean, I like the fact that there's one Russian singer. We have a Russian singer in it, based on a real Russian singer called Vertinsky, who went around and who sang these wonderful nostalgic Russian songs. And we found a young man. Well, Jim, I didn't find him. The production found a young man in Paris of French-Russian descent.
He was great.
Yeah, who sings these songs.
Wow. Well, looking back, doing a role like this, playing Mr. Jackson in his circumstances, does any of that resonate with you today about how gifted you are and how lucky you are and how fortunate you are and how some people had everything taken away in a split second in an afternoon? You know what I'm trying to say?
With Jackson, you mean?
Yes, with Jackson. As compared to your life, what is that? How does it resonate with you?
Well, if you play a part like Jackson, you're in a way forced to reflect on what it would be like to lose key things that you take for granted. The people close to you, your loved ones, your children. Well, I don't have children, but I have nieces and nephews, and I have a partner who I love, and your sight. So I think you're forced to reflect on what that would be like. Mm-hmm. It would be really. He's been wounded in a big way, Jackson.
And this generation of moviegoers, 2005. When we go see the White Countess, we pay our money at the box office. How do you think is the perfect way to set it up so people can really take it in at its best?
I think if you want to see a film with real rounded characters who go on a true emotional journey in a very interesting and exciting and exotic time in history in Shanghai, I think it could be a film you'd want to see. It has a wonderful, very romantic, slow burn love story between myself and Natasha Richardson, and full of wonderful characters and detail. So it's like a very rich, textured novel, but it was written as a screenplay, so it exists purely as a piece of film.